Archangel Michael says, the winds have shifted in your direction, and with it comes someone new, someone who doesn't belong but has taken a deep interest in you. Their face is unfamiliar, yet their eyes scan your surroundings like they know everything about you. This presence is not accidental, it was stirred by whispers, by old memories, by a name that hasn't been forgotten. For days now, someone's been walking slowly near where you live, pretending to be casual but pausing longer than normal when they pass your street. They ask the shopkeeper if you still live nearby, if you walk your dog in the morning, if you've recently changed your car. The questions may seem harmless at first glance, but the consistency of their appearances is alarming. Your neighbors are starting to take notice. Some think it's just someone passing through. But others, especially the older ones, feel a chill they can't quite explain. It's in the way the stranger lingers, in the way they speak your name like it's sacred, or like it belongs to a prophecy. They're not asking about many people, just you. They even described you in strange details, the way you walk, your laugh, the color you often wear. One neighbor said they overheard the stranger say, "I've waited years to find them again." Type Amen to get blessing 333. Another person on your block said the stranger had a notebook. Inside were pages with scribbled lines and what looked like drawings or maps of the area. One sketched square was circled in red, your home. Another was marked with an X, the park you visit on quiet days. Why would a stranger care to trace your habits? Archangel Michael says, this is no random encounter. This person has been waiting for a long time to find you, and now that they're close, everything is shifting. The air feels heavier at night, and your pets have started acting nervous for no reason at all. They've spoken to a child who lives nearby, offering them candy just to ask your name. They said they meant no harm. But the energy they carry is old and strange, as if they've crossed time just to get here. Late one evening, your street lamp flickered, and someone spotted the figure standing across from your house, watching silently before vanishing into the shadows. They didn't knock. They didn't leave a note. Just stood and observed, as if memorizing the shape of your door. Type Amen to get blessing 929. You are being watched, not by an enemy, but not quite by a friend either. This stranger carries a message tied to your past. Some say it may be an old promise, others think it's a forgotten debt, and a few believe it's something spiritual, like a mission that was never completed. There's something unsettling in the way they know when you leave and return. Someone even mentioned that the stranger muttered your birth date under their breath. How could they have known? You may feel goosebumps more often. You may feel an invisible pull whenever you try to ignore the situation. This is because your soul recognizes something your memory cannot yet access. Archangel Michael says, the time has come when the unknown tries to make itself known. What was hidden in darkness is beginning to glow beneath your feet. You may not remember them, but they remember you. Type Amen to get blessing 551. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. A woman with a red scarf was seen whispering to the stranger one night behind the old corner store. Witnesses say she handed over a letter, sealed in blue wax, with your initials engraved. This letter, they claim, was never opened by the stranger. He kept it tightly in his coat pocket, like it was sacred. Someone told you recently, be careful. Not every friendly face means you well. They didn't mention the stranger directly, but something in their tone felt urgent. That message was not random, it was connected to what's unfolding now. The stranger was once close to someone you loved. Possibly someone you no longer speak to, but whose memory still follows you like a shadow. Their arrival is not just about curiosity, it's about restoration. Or revenge. The weather has also shifted subtly. You may have noticed more crows nearby, strange dreams repeating, or familiar scents returning without reason. The spiritual world is preparing you for something big. Type Amen to get blessing 747. People who have never spoken to you before are now looking at you differently. You may wonder why, but their glances are reactions to what they've heard from the stranger. They're forming silent conclusions about your past, and soon, whispers will turn to conversations. Someone saw the stranger standing in the same place every day at 6:33 p.m. Almost like a ritual. They never speak unless spoken to, but their presence alone speaks volumes. They know more than they should. The letter they carry, still unopened, is rumored to contain the truth about your real origin. It's something someone tried to hide from you long ago. A truth so powerful, it had to be buried in silence, until now. Archangel Michael says, don't let fear guide you. You were born to uncover truths. This moment is part of a sacred timeline you cannot ignore. A stranger's arrival is the alarm bell that destiny is near. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The stranger recently visited an old woman known for her dreams. She claimed to recognize the stranger from a vision she had years ago, where a figure with your face disappeared behind a golden gate. She told him, "You're late. They've already started to awaken." You may begin to see signs in places you usually ignore. Words scratched into benches. Random notes on your doorstep. They all come from this energy, guiding you to prepare yourself for something long buried. The sky will shift soon, revealing the night where this stranger finally speaks to you. The words will be chosen carefully. Every sentence will feel like a key turning in a locked door you never knew existed inside you. And when they speak, don't be afraid. Their truth may shatter some illusions, but it will also restore lost power to your spirit. Everything you've questioned about your life, your gifts, your strange intuition, it all connects to what they've come to say. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They know someone you lost. That person sent them to deliver a final message, but the timing had to be right. And now, finally, the hour has come. You may see flashes of light in dreams, people calling your name that you don't recognize, or hear footsteps behind you even when no one's there. That's the signal that their energy has aligned with yours. This encounter is written in divine energy. Every moment up to now was preparing you to hear the one sentence that could change the direction of your future. Archangel Michael says, you are not imagining this. The eyes you feel watching you belong to the one who knows your truth. What they want to reveal will test your heart, but also set it free. Type Amen to get blessing 228. There is a secret your parents, or guardians, were told to never reveal. This stranger may have been the one who delivered it to them years ago. But now, that message is coming back to its rightful owner, you. Do not be alarmed if you start remembering faces from your childhood, or if people from your past suddenly reach out to you. It's part of the awakening ripple this stranger has stirred. Soon, your mailbox may hold an envelope with no sender name. Inside will be a symbol or word that may seem meaningless at first, but will unlock memories you buried to protect yourself. You are standing on the threshold of divine remembrance. This stranger didn't come to harm. They came because a promise was made long ago, and that promise must now be fulfilled. Type Amen to get blessing 400. They carry more than just a message, they carry an object linked to your bloodline. Something small, maybe a ring, a medallion, or even a strand of hair sealed in glass. That item has power. And soon, it will be in your hands. Your ancestors are watching this unfold from beyond the veil. They know this moment is sacred. And they will offer protection if you embrace the path with strength. You were chosen to receive something the world tried to erase from history. And now, that responsibility has returned home to you. Archangel Michael says, do not run when they finally speak your name aloud. Do not resist when the memory within you tries to open. You are more powerful than the fear that tries to distract you. Type Amen to get blessing 707. You'll know the moment is near when time begins to act strange, clocks stalling, phones glitching, conversations looping. That's when spiritual gates are closest. And when it happens, let your soul receive it fully. The stranger has waited through lifetimes. You were the ending they always searched for. Your path is about to collide with destiny in full force. Everything until now has been the rehearsal. The true performance begins when your eyes meet theirs. They carry the truth. You carry the key. And together, the locked future will finally open. Type Amen to get blessing 888. They were last seen standing beneath the streetlight that flickers near the corner of your building. For almost 10 minutes, they didn't move. Just stared straight ahead, as if waiting for an invisible signal to go forward or fall back. The air turned colder, and a nearby dog began to howl without reason. That night, someone left an old photograph under your doormat, an image of you as a child, standing beside someone whose face was blurred. You don't remember the moment being captured, yet the handwriting on the back reads, "You are closer than ever." The stranger is not just following a path, they are following instructions written long before your birth. Someone left behind a legacy that included you. And now, it's surfacing like a buried treasure pushing against the earth after a storm. One neighbor, the one with sharp eyes and a quiet tongue, said she's seen this pattern before, decades ago, before someone vanished. She warned, when they start asking around, a storm always follows. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. If you start to hear your name being whispered in unexpected places, empty rooms, rustling leaves, even in sleep, it's not your imagination. It's the echo of the connection stirring. This kind of contact doesn't happen in the normal realm. There's something ancient about the stranger's energy. It's like they've lived too many lives and carry stories in their eyes that don't belong to this time. Yet every movement they make is purposeful, calculated, like they're counting down. Archangel Michael says, "What is unfolding has spiritual depth you've never encountered." This is a rare moment, where what was sealed is now meant to be opened. The stranger is simply the carrier, but what they hold is the truth meant for your destiny. They visited an old library recently. Requested records that haven't been accessed in over 40 years. Among them, your last name appeared underlined in red ink, as if someone marked it with urgency. Type Amen to get blessing 600. This person knows a version of you that you've never met. Perhaps the version that lived in a different lifetime, or a future that never happened. They are here not only to meet you, but to return something to you. Even nature is responding. Flowers in your area are blooming out of season. Birds circle your home at twilight. Rain falls suddenly when emotions rise within you. Your memories may feel strange these days. You may start recalling moments that never happened, or maybe they did, but in dreams. This is the soul recognizing a soul it once danced with through the corridors of eternity. They may speak slowly when you meet, as if every word carries power. When they say your name, it won't sound like anyone else has said it. It will feel like a key unlocking your ribs. Type Amen to get blessing 313. If you feel the urge to check old boxes, journals, or clothing from your youth, follow it. You may find clues, symbols, drawings, forgotten notes, that mirror what this stranger knows. Archangel Michael says, it is time to prepare. Not for war, but for awakening. And awakenings do not come gently, they come with truth wrapped in mystery and fire. Your shadow has started to stretch differently at dusk. It's a symbol that your spiritual alignment is shifting. The path the stranger brings is activating the ancient light in your bones. If you felt restless lately, unable to sleep deeply or drawn to candles and mirrors for no reason, it's because your spirit knows change is near. It's tapping at the edges of your reality, begging to be embraced. Type Amen to get blessing 511. There's a reason you feel watched, yet strangely comforted. This presence doesn't intend to harm, it intends to reveal. The truth will feel like thunder and a lullaby at once. The dreams you've ignored for years will start replaying, louder, clearer. They were always messages, only now do they make sense. They were visions, memories, signs. Someone tried to erase this chapter of your life. Tried to bury your connection to what's divine and written for you. But divine timing has overpowered human denial. Your skin may feel warm unexpectedly. You may experience déjà vu in rapid succession. These are alignments in motion. The veil is thinning between what is and what was. Type Amen to get blessing 2344. Soon, a date will appear repeatedly. It might be in receipts, on clocks, in documents. That date is sacred. It marks the moment everything will make sense. The stranger is only the beginning. After they arrive, another figure will surface, one who had a hand in hiding the truth. They will come not in apology, but in recognition of your rising. Archangel Michael says, "Be still but ready. Don't seek them. They are already seeking you. And when they find you, don't speak immediately. Let your soul answer first. You'll know the moment they arrive for real, because everything around you will grow silent. Time will slow. And your name will be spoken like it was meant to summon angels." Type Amen to get blessing 1441. The stranger walked past your window again last night, their steps deliberate, their breath visible in the cold air, though it wasn't that cold for anyone else. They didn't knock, they didn't stop, but they looked straight at your window like they were waiting for something. Waiting for you to remember. Inside their coat, they carry something wrapped tightly in black cloth, rumored to be a key, a ring, or an item that once belonged to someone you loved deeply but lost without explanation. They're guarding it with sacred reverence, like it holds more than metal or memory, like it holds your fate. Some say they've been here before. In another time. Another form. Perhaps in a dream that visited you when you were 5, or 10, or even last week. The one where someone whispered, "I'll come when you're ready." Your readiness is no longer a question. It's already been declared by what has stirred around you. Lights flicker. Gut instincts grow sharper. The wind seems to whisper your name now, and it never used to do that. Type Amen to get blessing 788. You are not being haunted. You are being remembered. There's a difference, and your spirit knows it. The more you try to ignore the signs, the stronger they'll become. Items may fall off shelves, music might play without pressing a button, and old messages might resurface on your phone. That is how divine presence makes itself known when human logic refuses to accept it. Archangel Michael says, this is the reckoning between the seen and unseen. Between who you think you are and who you truly are. The stranger is only a guide toward that threshold. They haven't revealed their face fully yet. Not because they are hiding, but because your spirit hasn't given full permission to remember them. But when that veil lifts, your recognition will be instant, and undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 377. A pattern is emerging. The stranger only appears on days that hold spiritual weight, full moons, eclipses, or when the number 3 shows up around you. Have you noticed the clocks pausing at 3:33? That's not an accident. That's a countdown. You'll soon be visited in a moment when you're alone, not lonely, but alone enough to listen. A whisper, a word, a name will break through the silence. And your eyes will water without warning. The soul never forgets truth, it only buries it for safety. Now is the time for resurrection. Now is the time for truth to return home. They will reveal that your identity was altered. A piece of your history was stolen from you, not out of hate, but out of fear that you wouldn't be ready. But you are. You've been ready in secret for years. Type Amen to get blessing 9555. Neighbors have started locking their doors earlier. Not out of fear, but out of respect. They feel what's unfolding. They sense that something cosmic has touched your corner of the earth. Children stop and stare when they see the stranger. Animals grow quiet. And the sky, every evening now, seems to watch your house with burning gold. Soon, you'll be drawn to a place you haven't visited in years. Perhaps an old home, a cemetery, a bridge, or a forest. Go there. Not for nostalgia, but because something waits for you there, buried, sealed, timed perfectly for your arrival. Archangel Michael says, this moment has been scripted for generations. The stranger is simply turning the final page. But your hands must hold the next one. Type Amen to get blessing 8222. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. When you finally speak, don't be surprised if the stranger finishes your sentence. It's not trickery. It's resonance. They know you, the way stars know the sky. Your energy has shifted. You are remembering things you didn't even realize were missing. And they are here to return what was once stolen from you in silence. You are more than you've ever been told. You've been living inside a smaller version of yourself. Now, the divine is cracking that shell, and the stranger is the hand that knocks. Be prepared for tears without sorrow, chills without fear, and memories that arrive like wild thunder in still rooms. This is not a breakdown, it's a divine breakthrough. Type Amen to get blessing 119. They've already spoken to someone you trust, quietly. That person has stayed silent only because the stranger asked them to wait until you were spiritually strong. And now, your strength has been felt. That person will soon begin to act differently around you. Watch their body language. Notice how they glance at you longer, or how their words seem to carry a deeper hesitation. They are hiding the truth the stranger entrusted to them, but the dam is about to break. You are not meant to stay confused forever. This journey isn't punishment, it's preparation. What's coming is sacred and irreversible. You will never see yourself the same after the truth is spoken. But that new vision will be the one you were always meant to carry. Type Amen to get blessing 7007. The stranger was once betrayed by someone who loved you. They tried to stop them from delivering this message years ago. And in doing so, they delayed your divine alignment. But destiny is a circle, not a straight line. What was delayed is not denied. And the stranger is proof that divine will always find its way back home. Soon, you'll see the object they've carried all this time. It may not look like much. But when your fingers touch it, energy will rush through you, and every wall you built to protect yourself will dissolve. Archangel Michael says, your heart has already begun the unlocking process. That's why you've been more emotional lately. That's why the old pain is resurfacing, not to hurt you again, but to be healed for good. Type Amen to get blessing 5656.